I'm doing this mostly from notes because otherwise I'm just going to end up ranting for a real long time, and then this video will be a waste. I'm a dad. I've got a 2.5-year-old daughter, a little over. She'll actually be turning 3 here soon. We don't put pictures or videos of her online at all. Safety things, that stuff matters to us. Human trafficking, all that kind of stuff is a huge and important thing. We've paid attention to what's going on in the world, and it's important. We donate money to an organization that helps prevent that kind of stuff. It's just important. YouTube has been taking advantage of, and in many cases, essentially abusing and using their power against their content creators, who are literally why people come to YouTube. Without content, YouTube is just a fancy website for videos with no videos on it. The content is why people come to YouTube. But YouTube has been doing all sorts of shady stuff to keep more of the money for themselves, including putting videos up for review, but where people can still watch them, but the content creators are not getting revenue from it. YouTube gets to keep it all. And if the video gets approved, money stays with YouTube. It's never given back. And often, videos get taken down or demonetized for the silliest and most ridiculous of reasons, and even appeals don't even always work. Because of all of this, creators have started flocking to groups like Patreon. That way, their audience can still support them so that they can keep up the production of their videos and their content. YouTube has policies for how they monitor and weed out the offensive content and the inappropriate content. And they've been proving for years now that their standards for how that is measured are completely out of whack, in some cases politically biased, and overall just their priorities are terrible. At least that's what it looks like for those of us that are actually using the product and that are actually seeing what's being done. This has all led, among all of the other issues and all of the other problems that have been taking place with the political groups, with just the most random stuff, free speech organizations, Second Amendment associations and supporters, and all of that sort of thing, down to automotive channels who've had to leave, and makeup tutorial videos being taken down and demonetized for the most ridiculous of reasons. It's led to all of this because everything's just out of whack. And in the meantime, for several years now, there's been a known issue with pedophilia and pedophiles actively involved in their little hobby getting by with some really twisted stuff. And it's been going on for years now. And some of these accounts that have been involved in doing it have been doing it for a very long time without being prevented from continuing. How much sense does that make? With all of these years, with them putting so much focus on political groups and stuff like that, why are they ignoring this other undercurrent of much more twisted, dark, and messed up content? YouTube, as I said a minute ago, YouTube itself is funded through advertisements. Content creators electively choose they put their content on. People want to watch it. YouTube has a website. A very, very good one. I haven't found a better one yet, or I'd already have gone to it. There's several others that are trying to be the next YouTube. No one's reached that point yet. But YouTube, they need to step it up. Until then, I have a challenge for the content creators. I'm not one. I've never made a dime off of YouTube, and I don't even have that many subscribers on what channels I do have. I'm not really doing it for that. The videos I have put on for the channels that I am running, they're more for fun. Monetization would be really cool down the road. I'm not counting on it or planning for it. It'd be nice, but recent events have made me change my mind completely from that to this. Content is what brings people to YouTube. Content creators are the reason at this point that there is a YouTube still. YouTube would have faded away a long time ago if there weren't creators here. And content creators are electively choosing to monetize and therefore to put advertisements on their page. If YouTube is going to take this issue seriously, we're going to have to do something. Because your advertisement dollars that you're splitting with YouTube whenever you create a video and you monetize it is paying them to attack political groups instead of helping prevent pedophiles from having their fun at the expense of your child. If that doesn't bother you, then I'm not sure what kind of conscience that you have. It should bother you that they aren't doing something about that type of content. And in case you're saying, if you're of that extreme of a viewpoint, that people going on and just watching a video aren't actually hurting the kid because they're not actually in contact with that kid in some way, then you need to look deeper at what's going on, because there are advertisements for sites that don't get taken down where actual victims are being shown. And it's not being investigated, and they don't get put down for a very long time. Why don't the algorithms, those mythical algorithms that are so awesome and that they rely on, find those content, those websites in the links? Why doesn't that work? Because they're not trying hard enough. It seems to me like that sort of victimization should be significantly higher priority than attacking anti-vaxxer videos. Medical content about helping people with depression. Get your priorities in line. So content creators, my challenge, stop running ads. Go to Patreon. Go to some of those other websites like Patreon. There's quite a few out there. And I've heard that actually some of them have much better policies and much better setups than Patreon. Patreon seems to be getting too big in some people's opinion. So there might be other websites that would work a little better for you and for your content that you create. So get away from funding through YouTube. Make them feel it. Because they haven't been taking this seriously enough for years, and I don't see it changing anytime soon. Demonetize YouTube. Do not leave it to the Disneys and the Nestles to pull their ads from YouTube. Your videos are why people come here and why people watch those ads in the first place. That is the root of the money flowing through this company. So if you watch this, please seriously consider changing your method of how you're making your money through this website. And make a change that will help make YouTube really feel it. Because if even 5% of the content creators on this website stopped, that would hit them way, way, way harder than a large company pulling some advertisements from them. Because you know what? They just start filling in with more ads. If they don't have the ad space, because creators are pulling the plug on that electively on their own and finding other sources to generate their revenue, then that will put a real hit on them. So seriously consider it. Spread this idea. Stop giving them more money. Find another way to make yours. And yeah, it's easy for me to say, I'm not making money through it. But even if I was, I'd be finding something else right now. Because this is disgusting. I'm donating money to prevent this stuff, even when I'm broke right now. So even if I was an actual content creator, I would be taking every step possible to get out of it. Because I'm not going to rely on a company that's going to sit back and let this stuff happen and even run ads on some of those videos without the algorithms being able to find it. Anyways, I'm done. I encourage anybody that sees this, if you are a content creator, to consider this challenge that I just sent out. I mean, I don't even think people are going to watch it. Because like I said, I'm not even a real creator. I'm just a guy with a channel. Actually, 2 channels. So seriously consider this. Take it to heart. And if you do decide to do it, please make a video saying why. State the case for why YouTube's policies are creating such a dangerous environment for kids. Why it's promoting the victimization of kids, even in other countries, by allowing this content to continue and not doing something about it. Or not doing more about it. I'm sure they do have a little room somewhere with people in it trying to find ways to track this stuff. That's not enough. That's clearly not enough, and they should have known that for years now. Because it just keeps continuing. So make a video if you decide to do this, saying why you're doing it. Tell your viewers that you're doing it because YouTube is not taking this issue seriously enough. Explain this to them. And then move on. Keep producing content, but no more ads for YouTube. No more money generated to them off of your labor.